Welcome, everybody, to New Orleans and the iconic Caesars Superdome, the long-term home of the All-State Sugar Bowl, which this year, of course, is part of the college football playoff. We are through the opening round of this year's playoff, and now the pressure is mounting in the quarterfinals. A matchup between one side that's had time to rest and recover, and another team that's battle-tested, already off one playoff victory. As we'll see the number 8 seed in this playoff, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the Vanderbilt Commodores. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. We'll see which team's going to be moving on. Kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this playoff game is about to get underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback. They'll start at the 25. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. They'll test the right side here. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
Well, we've seen this from this defense all year long, the ability to stop the run, and they get things started here on this first play of the game with being stout up front.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. It's an out route, the catch made. Tackle made to the 41. That's a nice gain, getting closer to midfield.
Well, Chris, you watch a completion like that, and with the efficiency, it makes you kind of think back to all the quarterbacks and receivers that they've had who made it look this easy. Of course, you start with Tom Brady, but think of the year Brian Greasy had, 1997, that national championship year. Chad Henne going back to Elvis Grbac and all the great receivers. So this is within their history, and it's good that they're leaning on it.
Offense will keep it on the ground here. He'll be taken down, but he crosses midfield to the 48.
Of course they're going to pick up the first down by running the football. You think about Michigan, you think so many legacy, incredible backs that they've had over the years. Tim Biakabatuka and Tyrone Wheatley and Leroy Horde. Man, so many good backs have come through Ann Arbor.
On first down, they'll keep their running game churning. And that run produces a decent gain.
It's not a huge gain here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the 4th quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
2nd down play coming up. One man in the backfield, and he'll get the football. The senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Third down play for this offense. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Lets it go quickly. And it's intercepted. He stepped in front of that bullet. He's got some room and some blockers here. And look at the return after the interception. Sets the offense up in good shape.
Boy, a costly mistake here by the quarterback. Forces that ball into coverage, and the defense comes up with the interception. Hate to see the game start off like this for this offense.
Not much on that play, brought down short. And the Commodores hustle to the line to run the hurry up. Quarterback making adjustments down to what the defense is showing. They'll look to throw it here on second down. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. And he's got it. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. Looked like a total bust there. Easy pitch and catch like you'd see in a Tuesday practice.
Yeah, that quarterback's eyes must have lit up on that play because you've got one of your players way downfield without any defender around him.
Well, they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And it's 7-0 after the PAT. The kickoff team on the field now is set to send this one away. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. That's a huge gain. Stop finally made it a 43.
I really love the way more and more offenses are using the receiver in motion pre-snap. Give him a chance to get the football with a couple of blockers in front of him. He's got all that speed built up. You get the ball in his hands, and you better look out. He could be off to the races.
First down, looking to throw the football. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play, bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. From the shotgun, drops back. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. He'll avoid the sack, but is brought down after a short gain.
Well, I thought the defense had him here, Chris. He should be down in the backfield, but instead, he gets out of the pressure and actually picks up some positive yards.
Looking to pass here on second down. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
It has been a tough first half in this playoff game for this offense. They cannot get anything going through the air. Not only are they down the scoreboard, but there's really nothing to build around as we get ready to go into the second half.
Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Extending the play now. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Chris, how about the play of this quarterback? Third down and long. The defense, you think, is going to bring extra pressure. But not only is he able to get away from the pressure, how about his awareness on where he needs to go to pick up the first down? So big yards, great awareness, and a first down for this offense.
Fights off a defender. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Down he goes, a sack.
Well, the defense would not be denied on this play. They come up with a sack. The quarterback really didn't have much of a chance at all. Lucky he just held on to the ball.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but it is third down and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. He fires this throw and is intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Hey, these guys have been giving up some plays. I mean, this offense looks pretty good. They're moving the ball, but they get him to third down. They get pressure on the quarterback. The quarterback panics, puts that ball into coverage, and this defense comes up with that big interception.
First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. He's going to take off here. Breaking free at the 35. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide. Commodores come up to the line to crank the tempo up here.
Well, here's a quarterback that just takes control for himself, picking up some nice yards when nothing else is there. This guy's a real threat.
He's found some room at the 45. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. Tackle made at the 26-yard line. This offense getting closer to the red zone. And the Commodores come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Here's a quick throw off the play fake. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Catch made on the out route. He's into the end zone, but there is a marker on the play. Let's check that out. So the touchdown taken off the board by the offensive pass interference penalty. What a huge call in this game. First down here for this offense. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Offense in hurry-up mode. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Lets it fly to the wideout. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Commodores.
Great job here by the play caller, going to that 5 wide receiver set. You put all these guys out in space and create one-on-one matchups. Very tough on this defense to try to win all the matchups and give the quarterback credit for being able to find where he wanted to go to be able to come up with that touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29.
When you can get good chunks of yardage like this on early downs, it just keeps you on schedule, leading to more manageable third down situations. Never underestimate the value of consistently getting 4 more yards a pop like that.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense has been incredible all year long, and they continue to be that way in the postseason. Just getting after this offense, whether it's putting pressure on the quarterback, great coverage downfield. Right now, they are dominating this game.
And the punt heads out of bounds, taking the dangerous returner out of play here. So here comes the Vandy offense back on the field now. Trying to build on a beautiful, balanced touchdown drive last time they had it. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Off the play fake on first down. Bringing pressure. Slides to avoid the big hit. Commodores will hustle to the line to crank the tempo.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
And they'll go right back to him on first down. Great move there. Breaking free at the 35. That's a big gain deep into enemy territory. Ball down near the 30. Big chunk play. This offense operating at peak efficiency. They're going to run it. They make the stop to get the ball carrier down. Here's the second down play. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Trying to extend the play. And a sophomore making an impact play.
There's a nice sack by this defense, something that they've been looking for. They've been on their heels most of this football game. That time they were able to get after the quarterback and bring him down. Let's see if that can provide a bit of a spark. See if they can get a little bit of momentum going their way.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. And he'll just lob this pass into the middle of the field. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it. And the Commodores will have to kick this away. And he should be able to pin them back deep here with his first punt. And they'll just down it right here. Michigan offense back out on the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. They'll run it here. Picks up a short gain, but his swarm of the defense flying to the football.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. He's going to take off. They get him down, but that's a good run, enough to move the sticks and keep this drive going. That's the 2-minute warning. Let's see if this offense can do something before the break to cut into this big lead. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Off the play fake, looking to throw. He lets it go. No connection there. The pass is incomplete. Second down after that previous play. Oh, a reverse. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 36.
I'm a fan of any time you can get the ball into his hands. I think it's a win. Didn't go for a huge amount of yards, but it's the threat of what it potentially can do, and it gives him another opportunity to get his hands on the football.
They're going to throw for it on third and short. Quick completion to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Now we're starting to see this offense look like they've looked all year long. Listen, to be able to get to a playoff opportunity, your offense has got to be able to show an ability to hit throws like this on third down. They hit it, they keep the drive alive. Now they have a chance to put points on the board.
Nice grab. It's Thompson. He's brought down, but a solid gain moves the ball across midfield to the 41.
This is why running the football is so important. You run the ball, and when you go play action, it affects the eyes of the safeties and linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
Fires it to the wideout. He makes the grab.
What?
That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Yeah, the right team.
Gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Using his legs in the scramble.
Okay. This is it, bro.
And he runs it into the end zone.
This is it.
Touchdown, Michigan.
Chris, we're still early in this football game. We're in the second quarter. It's a critical touchdown to get their confidence to believe that they can come back and still win this game.
The extra point, they're down 14-7 now. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get us top and preserve that momentum. Fields it just outside the goal line. And the return man steps out at the 28. So here comes the Commodores offense back on the field. They've got to be pleased with their performance here in the first half. Let's see if they just play it cautious and get to the break in front.
Looking down.
Cannot make a play, and they sack him. Commodores looking to crank up the tempo a bit. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Second down, we're going to throw it. The pocket, nowhere to go, and the ball is knocked loose. Defense recovers the fumble. It's a turnover.
I think that's on the quarterback and the offensive line. They were breathing down this quarterback's neck before he could even recognize that they were there, and they were able to knock it loose.
So they start the drive looking for some late fireworks here, less than 30 seconds before halftime. And here's the handoff. And the freshman brings him down quickly.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively. But what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Here comes a handoff. And that's a solid gain for the defense able to bring him down. They get to the line in a hurry here for this third down. Try and muscle for the first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for one or two more plays before halftime. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half.
Jet sweep.
First and goal. Can the offense punch it in and tie the score before the half? On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. Zero running room. Stops right at the line of scrimmage. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just one or two plays here before halftime.
Oh, this is a dangerous field goal right here.
Down, they'll try out the field goal unit, trying to get three.
It's dangerous.
So it'll be a
dangerous
shot from the right hash mark. The field goal is good.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So here's the kickoff now. Offense settling for three, tacking on a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. Looks like the final play of the half coming up. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Looking to throw it on first down. Going for a big play downfield. They lost the receiver down there. He's got it for a big gain. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And the Wolverines will kick this away to get the second half going. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he's brought down after a solid effort on that return. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. And they get the second half started with their running play. They tackle him right at the 35-yard line.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
The game makes it second and medium. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Defense is coming after him. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Well, everybody talks about sacks, and they're very important. But sometimes just the rush, the pressure, affecting the quarterback is just as effective. He didn't have a clean throwing lane, and they forced the incompletion.
He hands it off from the gun. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's fourth down.
No huddle.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. Wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
Offense going to roll the dice and go for it inside their own 40. A fourth down completion to the running back. And he's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop.
I think they're going to end up regretting going for this one, Chris. I wouldn't have gone for it. What's wrong with punting it away? Again, I get being aggressive, but you got to be smart on when to go for it and when to punt.
Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. He's running out of time here. Breaks loose on the scramble, picks up a decent gain, short of the first down.
Chris, I love the patience here by the quarterback. He's waiting for something to happen downfield, but it's not there. Then you see the athletic ability to be able to pick up some good yards.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Off play action. He's looking.
Oh my God! What the fuck, bro? That's a blitz, bro. And he follows the fucking running back.
Sign of life here by the offense.
Blitz, and he followed the fucking running back.
Quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback, and he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
First and goal, handoff. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Chris, I think we all kind of
crazy, bro.
third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Trying for the end zone, running it right up the gut. Tackle finally made. That's a very solid gain, but not close to first down yardage yet.
It's a nice play by this defense, and now you're thinking about third down and goal from around the 5-yard line. You got a real shot to come up with a stop here. Whether they run it or throw it, you get a stop here and maybe hold them to 3 points.
Game sets up a third down and goal from the 6. And the tailback's got it again. They stop him for a 2-yard gain, which will bring up 4th down. So now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit. He was successful on his first try. This is just a chip shot from 21 yards out. The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle. So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
And the kickoff will be a return. When he's got some space here, turns on the speed. Can he make it?
Ooh, shit. Bobby funny as fuck, bro. Come on, Bobby. Where you going, bro?
A touchdown in a playoff game.
You going?
Great blocking to set this return up, and of course you can see his natural instincts as a runner. Once he got through that initial surge from the coverage unit, nobody's going to stop him from scoring.
They'll try to add the lead now with a PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. The last possession, they had to settle for a chip shot field goal. Can they find the end zone this time out? And now the handoff. And he stopped after gaining 4 yards. So 2nd and 6.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards. They're on 1st and 10.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Drop him back. Looking to throw for the 1st down. Pressure is coming. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
How the fuck you take that shit off, dog?
Entering accessibility screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration
Every time
option
I
is set
click,
to
dog,
off is
that
selected.
shit. I don't think there's no way you could do that shit, dog.
Great example of why we see these college football coaches bringing in baseball coaches to teach these quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy? Make sure he doesn't get hurt. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and then pick up the 1st down.
The Wolverines begin a new series here. 1st and 10. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Just a small gain. Looking at 2nd and 9.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man.
Get his ass. Get his ass.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
Get his ass. Let's go.
Short of the marker, so it's 4th down now.
The offense gets some positive yards here, but they're going to be short of the 1st down marker to set up 4th down. Really good job by the defense tackling and the awareness to keep him
this is
short
for
of that
the
1st down
game.
marker.
The offense with a major gamble here, going for it inside their own 40. 4th down. He's throwing for it. He's escaping the pocket now. Breaks loose at the 45. And he moves the ball across midfield and picks up a 1st down.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the 1st down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the 1st, keep this drive moving.
2nd down play coming up for this offense. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. And the back now goes in motion. They look to throw it here on second down.
Well,
They've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying the lead.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the
give me that. Duh.
And he throws his
Give me that.
reception of the day.
Give me that.
They catch him. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. And the defense joins the party with a pick six. And the interception taken to the house, a pick six, potential game-changing play there.
Man, nothing gets a defense, and especially a defensive coordinator, more fired up than a pick six. And let's not forget, give credit to some of those other defenders for making some key blocks to spring that touchdown loose.
And the point after is right down the middle. Kickoff team now set to boot this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. They're trying to recover from that last possession. They had things going, but then a pick six, a devastating play. They got to recover from that right now. And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Now it's second down here. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Catch made on the right side. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
I really like what this defensive coordinator is doing right now. He's got a nice lead. Just sit back. The most important thing is tackling this offense inbounds so that clock will keep ticking.
So ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. Keeping it on the ground here.
Bro.
Breaks loose at the 40. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
This is why they're in the playoff, right? Not just the ability to throw the ball, but you get to a critical moment, a third down. You trust that offensive line to come up with a first down, and they get it.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. But the play is just blown up by the big fella in the middle for showing some quickness for his size.
Yeah, we know about his power, but how about his ability to penetrate there? And that's the quickest way to blow up a run game is that interior penetration. If you're able to break through the middle of that offensive line, then you can create a lot of havoc in the middle.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And they bring him down after a solid gain, but it's still well short of the first down marker.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Solid gain in the running play. Third down now. And on the carry, he's heading left. And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's fourth down.
Well, that run didn't go anywhere here on third down. It'll bring up fourth down. And right now, late in the game, they've got to go for this. They've got to call their best fourth and short play and hope to keep the sticks moving.
The offense stays on the field down multiple possessions. Easy choice. A running play called on fourth down. Tackled at the 28. This offense threatening now. Another first down.
It makes sense going for it here. You're kind of in that no man's land depending on how much faith you have in your kicker. And if you don't get it, your opponent still has a ways to go. Now you pick it up and you can go get a touchdown.
The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. A pop pass on the jet sweep. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And this running back's going to show you he can be a receiver as well. He's just not back there running the football. Nice job of showing that versatility.
It splits back to the kicker. He's looking to throw the ball.
Wow.
And it's caught, so the two-point conversion works. Back to a one-score game. Hope still alive. Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And looks like the hands team are able to recover the football. So the Vanderbilt offense heads back out onto the field. One more first down should do it, but remember the defense has all 3 timeouts remaining. And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play. And the Commodores come to the line in the hurry up.
Positive yards are always important for an offense, but at this stage of the game, late in the ball game, playing with the lead, you're thinking about working that clock and continuing to keep the ball in bounds.
Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. We head now to the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to bleed out the clock and secure this win. Here we are late in a close game. Crucial play coming up, 3rd and long. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Got the first down, now looking for more. Tackle made at the 26-yard line. This offense getting closer to the red zone. Handoff to the back. They'll keep the clock moving. Got a lane. Can he get in? Touchdown, Commodores. This offense really clicking.
Well, that's why you practice right there, Chris. This offense had the pressure, the game on their back. They deliver, they get a touchdown, and now make this a 2-possession game with under 2 to go. Like their odds on closing this game out.
Extra point up and good. A 2-touchdown lead here now in the 4th quarter. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Returner decides to fair catch this. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. On 1st and 10 here, we're going to throw the ball. Down goes the quarterback. It's a sack.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
So this offense faces a 2nd and 15. The O-line needs to regroup. And the quarterback dropping back. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete. So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Defense stops him short of the marker. So now it's 4th down. They'll keep the offense on the field trying to chip away at this lead. Trying for a 4th down completion. He's got it, and that is enough for a first down. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Boy, the defense was in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on fourth down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a first down.
On the run, he'll let it go. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
2nd and 10 here. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Caught over the middle. It's Thompson. Breaks a tackle on the play and makes a decent gain.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody. It allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
This offense picks up the first down. They tackle him at the 44.
You know, even though that these guys are facing a deficit, they're not just going all through the air. Love the fact that you're running the football, keeping this defense honest, not panicking by just throwing every single down. Now you got a new set of downs and a chance to keep moving the ball down the field.
He's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Offense lines up. This is the 7th play now in this drive. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Catch made for a big game, but the fans are wondering where was that earlier in this football game. They could not stop him. He's in. Touchdown, Michigan.
I'll tell you what, Chris, with this touchdown, never say never. You know, we're under 15 seconds to go, but with that touchdown, at least you're giving yourself a chance with the onside kick. If you recover it, who knows, a Hail Mary, maybe you got a chance to win the game.
And he'll be brought down.
Well, I love the two-point play to go with the option call, but let's give credit to this defense. Good old-school assignment football. Took every option away, and then they rallied to the ball to keep him short.
Return starts from inside the 5. And he steps out of bounds, but that's an excellent return to set up the offense in good position. Bunch of DBs on the field now trying to defend against the deep pass. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Running out of time in the pocket. And the ball is hauled in, making people miss. Defense makes the stop, but that's a big gain. This offense putting on a show right to the final play. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but